Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're gonna talk about the maths and trigo, referencing and naming range in the Excel. And this is very important, I'm saying, because in the nowadays, especially the corporate sector, everyone are expecting speed and accuracy. And speed and accuracy you will achieve only to use naming range and referencing in the Excel. You know why this is so important? I'm telling like that because whatever formula, it can be VLOOKUP, nested function, or it can be VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, or whatever function we use in the Excel. And when it's come to the big data, referencing is the very important part of each data, even the naming range as well. First, we will cover the maths and trigo, then we will cover the referencing and naming range. Okay, so without any further delay, let's get started. First, we will talk about the maths and trigo. For example, you have any number. Let's add some number here also. For example, you have data in this format and you want to round this. So what we use a round function. Like, in normally what we did, if you have a 6.7, you assume it's 7 or 6, like that, right? Sometimes it's become necessary that we round up, right? So you don't want to use the decimals numbers, so that is why you round that things. So we will understand what is the use of round, what is the use of round up, and what is the use of round down. So you can use according the situation. When it's come to the round, what round did exactly? If I will use a round function, I'll use round, I'll select the cell. Oh, sorry. See, now you are selecting the cell here, then you have to give how many digit of decimal you wanted. If you press the 0, you will get only the whole digit. If you press 1, you will get a one decimal number. So in our scenario, I'm going to use a 0. I'll hit the enter. So as you can see here, we have got a 7. Why we got a 7? Because if any number in start above the 5, like if it is 6.5, you will get 7. Or if it is 6.4, you will get 6. Let's example, I'll make this 6.4 or something. So you got 6. Now if it is above the 5 or 5 also, you will get 7. Can you see here? It goes for everything. Can you see here also? 53.4, we got 53. 87.6, we got 88. So like that round works. So you can use according to the situation. But if you want any single one decimal, so you can use that. You will use 1. Sometimes what happened, we have a big large number like this. So that time we use a 2 2 decimals, right? So in this scenario, you can use 2 like this. Okay, I hope everybody clear with the round up, right? So what is the use of round up? Well, when it's come to the round up, it will go always the upward. For example, I will use a round up and I'll select the cell. Same condition are same. If you want decimals, you can use 1, 2, 3, whatever decimals you want. If you don't want, press 0, hit enter. Now as you can see here, it's going upward, means for 6.5 it will give you 7, 53.4 it will give you 54. It will take always the upward. Say on the other hand, when it's come to the round down, it will go downward. Means if your number is 6.5 or 53.4 or whatever it can be, it will take one step down. Like 6.5, it will take 6 only. 53.4, it will take 53 only, not the 54. Unlike the round up, round down. All right. So let's check that. Use the round down. Okay. Select the cell. Same condition. I'll hit the 0. And as you can see here, we are getting round down, means downward. All right. Okay. So for example, if you want to know what is the power of 2, you can easily calculate that using a power function. So how it's work? We just have to write, power. Now, if I will go this is our data number, what you want, and then what power you want. So power you can select, it can be 13, 14, whatever power you want. Like I'm using the 2, 3, 2. This is the basic example I took. So I want power of 2. Okay. So like that you can easily calculate. All right. When it's come to the square root, Square root means if you have any particular number, for example, I have this number, so I want to know the square root of this. Okay, in simple language, for example, 25. So what will be the square root of 25? 5, right? Like, 5 into 5, it is 25. Let's example 5 into 5, it becomes 25, right? So you want to know the what is the square root of this number. So for that we can use a square root formula. Square root will select the number, hit enter. So this is the square root of this number. So like that you can calculate for any number whatever you please. Okay, so I'll use square root. See how easy it can be. Okay, sometime what happened, you are working on any data and there is you have number like this and you want to convert that number in Roman letter. So how you gonna do that? Because if you will do manually, it's gonna take a lot of time, right? So for that we use one function called Roman. Okay, we will select the number which we want to convert into the Roman and we will hit enter. So now as you can see here, it got converted. Okay, so there is one more catch. Until the 3099 is the last number we can convert into the Roman. Okay, if you try to convert more than a 3099, it will not convert using of Roman, what you call the Roman function. Okay, so as you can see here, I use a 4000, it doesn't convert. If I will use a 4001, it will not convert. Even I use a 5000, it will not convert. Okay, so interviewer can ask you, so what is the maximum number you can convert help of Roman function? So you can say 3099. All right. Okay, sometime what happened, we have a data in Roman letter, like that's numbers or whatever it can be. You want to convert that in numerical or English or Arabic. In Excel word, it is called Arabic. Okay, this is not English, all right? So if you want to convert anything into the numbers, like 1 2 3 4 5, like this. Okay, so that is why we use a Arabic function. That's why I write here the Arabic. All right, so you can write Arabic function, Arabic, hit enter, it will convert. Okay, so like that you can convert. Okay, so moving on to the referencing, this is very, very important because the help of referencing, you can reduce your lot of time, and everyone, whoever knows the advanced Excel, they must know about the referencing because sometimes we have a lot of conditions, some from the rows, for some from the column. So without help of referencing, you cannot achieve the result. In single value, you will get it, but when it's come to the large data, you cannot do that. Okay, we will cover this all the referencing. Okay, so there are total 3 types of referencing in the Excel, which gonna be relative referencing, absolute referencing, and mixed referencing. So what is the use of each referencing? We will understand everything with the example. So first we will understand the relative referencing. For example, you have some product name, like I have 10 product name, water, coffee, tea, and we have their quantity and rate as well. All right. Now you want to know the total amount. So how you calculate? Simple, quantity multiply with the rate, we will get the amount. So this is simple referencing, which is called relative referencing. When it's come to the absolute referencing, the absolute and mixed referencing are very important. Why? Let me show you. For example, you have employee details here, the employee name and their basic salary. Now you want to know how many tax they paid. For example, they paid 12.3% tax. So how you calculate? Simply we did is equal to salary into tax rate. That's how we calculate. Simple. This is very simple. But let me delete this first. Okay. Now you have employee details, basic salary, and somebody told you that calculate the each employee's 12.3% tax. So somewhere you write like this only 12.3%. Okay. Now you want to calculate that. So how you gonna calculate? You will use is equal to same function we're gonna use into 12.3, hit enter. Okay, let me drag this. But we are getting 0 here. Why? Because what is happening here, let me show you. As you can see here, what is exactly happening here, the first row taking from this first row, okay, and the second cell are taken from the second row, and the third cell are taking from the third row. In this scenario, referencing comes into the picture, and help of the referencing we can avoid these kind of things, right? It's taking from the downward, right? So now I want it should take from here, this row only. Okay, so for that what we will do, let me remove these arrows. I will freeze the row. This row I will freeze it. To freeze any row, what we have to do, you can use a dollar sign and like this. Okay, now we got it. How it's coming? Oh, sorry. Now how it's taking? It's taking as I want, right? Even the last row, if I will try to calculate, it's taking like that. Here what we did, we freeze this row. There is a two method to freeze. You can use a dollar sign directly, or I will remove this. I'll press the F4, or in some laptop F4 directly doesn't work. So you can use, like in my case, F4 doesn't work directly. So I will press Fn plus F4. It will freeze all the row and column. It's freezing both. But you have to freeze continue like this, freeze F4, F4. See, that's what I want, right? So it will freeze like that, and we will get the same result. Okay. For example, you have the same information in column. Here we understand in row how it's work. But what if we have same information in columns? So how we gonna do that? So first we will convert this data into the column. How we convert? In yesterday class we covered that, right? How we can convert the rows into the columns and everything. If you didn't watch that video, please check out video in I button, or I have given link in the description as well. Okay, so let me convert this. Let me select the cell. Okay, so we have now the all the information into the columns. Same thing I will use 12.3%. Okay, now the formula will be same, is equal to this with the multiple, oh sorry, is equal to salary multiply with the 12.3%. We got the result. If I will drag this, I'll get 0. Okay, now this time what I want to freeze the column. Here we freeze the rows. How we will freeze the columns? I'll go here. See, the freezing is same, Fn plus F4. If you press one time F4, it will freeze rows and column both. Can you see here, this one and that one? If you will press again F1 and F4, it will freeze only the rows. If you press F1 plus F4, it will freeze your columns. Or there is another way. See, can you see here? We got the answer. Or you can directly write also. You can write dollar sign before that. It will freeze column. Between, it will freeze rows. If you use dollar sign between and before, it will freeze column and rows both. Okay, let's move on to the mix referencing. Mix referencing means we will freeze row and column both. What if we have a data like 1 2 3 4 10, and here also 1 to 10? I want 2 multiply with this 2, then 3 multiply with this 2, and same here also, like 2 into 2, 2 into 3, 6, 8, like that I want. But if I will do manually, it's gonna take a lot of time. But I will use a single one formula here, like whatever formula, and then I will drag this everything like this and like this. I want all values should be perfect. But normally if I will do like is equal to A2 into B1, I'll get a 4. This is what I want. And I'll drag this. Let me drag it. I'm not getting a perfect value, right? But I want this should be all perfect in one function. So first what I will do here, so that is why we will use a referencing. So first you can do, you'll drag this way, or the another way you can do, you'll drag this way. So whatever you want, you can do that. For example, I want to drag as a column. So I will freeze the first column, this one, A2. I will use a dollar sign here, or you can use F and F4 key. Okay. Now, as you can see here, the perfect answer we got 2 into 2, 2 into 3, 2 into 4, right? Still we are not getting perfect answer. I want here should be 100, right? Not like whatever number it was. Okay. So this is not perfect yet. For that, what we will do, we will freeze again. This time I will freeze here also. In between, again Fn plus F4. Okay. Now if you will check now, sorry. See, this is the result what we were looking for, right? So can you see here? Here what we did, we freeze the rows and column both. That is why we are able to achieve the result. I know it sometimes become little bit difficult to understand, but when you will start practicing, it will become very easy you to understand. Okay. So I hope everybody clear with the all the referencing. Let's move on to the naming range. Naming range, why it's important? Because any formula we can convert into the naming range, and whenever we type any name, we will get the same result. For example, if you want to do sum of these, we have a employee details. I want to do sum. So how I did, is equal to sum. This is how we did sum into in the Excel. If you want to get an average, what I will do, I'll do average. This is how we did, right? The max, min, we count function. This is how we normally did. What if you have a lakhs of data? That time doing this manually, selecting everything, it's gonna take a time, right? But same thing you can achieve using a naming range. So for that, what I will do, I will select this. Whatever naming range I want to give, I will select this. Okay. I'll go to the formula bar. I'll go to the formula bar. From here, I will select this define name. And here you can choose name as per your choice. And this Excel is suggesting to use a basic salary. I'll keep it basic salary only. Or if you want, you can choose, YouTube. Click OK. Now let's see how easy it can. If I want to do sum of these things, what I will do, I will write same function is equal to sum YouTube. We got the sum. I want to do average. I will write YouTube is equal to max. I'll write YouTube. See, I want to do min. Same data. I didn't do anything, right? I'm not selecting anything. Can you see here? I'm not selecting anything. I'm just using whatever name I have assigned for that data. Same thing I'm doing here. Whatever name I have assigned for the data, same thing I'm using here. YouTube. We got the same result. You want to see the formula? Is equal to, I'll show you. See? Can you see how easy it can be? So that's how we use a naming range in Excel. Okay? Or we will use in future also. So make sure you don't forget. Okay? So that's it for today. Till then, happy learning. Keep supporting and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks so much.